Hello to you all and welcome. If you're new here, I'm Jennifer. Cory and I are so happy to have you here with us on our channel. Today we are tackling the front porch, and as you can see, it's been a bit neglected since early summer. We have some fun things planned to add in for the fall, and we hope you'll find some inspiration along the way. We began by removing all the summer decor and plants that were looking a bit worn out from the late summer heat. And it was hot these 2 days. We decided to come out and tackle this project. I think we were in the upper 90s here in East Tennessee, and both Cory and I were melting. Now, you might be wondering why we have a large wooden parrot on our front porch. He's quite a story and something very sentimental to both Cory and I, but that's a tale I'll save for another day. I am very much a planner, and I usually have a vision before we start any decorating or projects, and I knew we needed some fall flowers to add in some much needed color to the front porch. Cory found these orange mums for $6.34 at Walmart, and we decided to add 3 per planter. My vision for the front porch this year is to move the planters on either side of the bench to frame out the window. I also want to add some tall branches into the planters to create the look of trees that will kind of canopy up and over the bench. I'm also going to have Cory take down the hanging planters so that they don't detract from the scene I want to create. Cory went foraging for these branches in the woods behind our home, and I love how they curve, which is exactly what I want them to do. I feel so lucky to have this beautiful wooded area to look out at every day, and right now it's just starting to get those fall colors. I'm so excited for when they really start to show fall. I also wanted to add some fall leaves, but I didn't want to glue on fake leaves, so I had Cory cut some branches from one of the maple trees. They are still a little too green, so with some of our leftover paint, Cory gave them a hint of fall colors. We used some brown, bronze, and gold spray paints, and as fall progresses, these leaves will eventually wilt and die. The spray paint gave them just a hint of fall color. And then to the trees on the porch, I want to add some crows, because to me, crows always remind me of fall time. They also add just a hint of Halloween without being overly spooky. I found these crows on Amazon, and they came in a pack of 6, and I bought 2 packs. They look very good and already have wire attached for hanging on the branches. I'll leave anything I can that I've used to decorate with linked down in the description box below. While Cory continued to work on the front porch, I went looking for some inspiration to make a fall wreath. I love this one I found on Etsy, but oh my goodness, it was starting at $179, and I recognized the stems from Hobby Lobby and thought I can make something very similar for way less money. So I took a trip to Hobby Lobby and picked up what I needed. My wreath ended up costing me $41.32, a savings of $137.68. To make this wreath, you'll need an 8-inch grapevine wreath. I purchased 3 of the gray heather sprays, which are on sale since they are considered fall. And then also 2 acorn stems, which are also on sale. Now, the acorns aren't a part of the inspiration wreath, but I saw them and thought they would make a lovely addition to my wreath. And I already had these raffia pumpkin picks on hand, but if you want to more closely match the inspiration wreath from Etsy, you can pick up the vine pumpkins from Hobby Lobby. I was trying to keep my costs down, so I ended up using the ones I already owned. I first started by shortening the heather stems so that I could more easily place them on the grapevine wreath. This wreath is asymmetrical, so keep that in mind as you place your stems. I also attached some of the stalks with floral wire to secure them in place. I did the same with the second heather stem, but placed it in the opposite direction. I also secured it with some floral wire. For the last heather stem, I cut it into smaller sections so that I could add fullness where needed. If necessary, I used floral wire to secure them, but for the most part, the grapevine wreath held everything pretty secure. You could also use hot glue if you want to, but I like to be able to tear my wreaths apart later, so I can always use the stems for another project. Next, I added in the acorns, and I cut each stem apart to make them much easier to place. Last, I added the pumpkins, and again, you could hot glue these down, but I wanted them to be removable, so I just bent the pick part to make sure it was easier to attach them to the wreath. Since these are a bit top heavy, I did secure them on the back with some floral wire. Meanwhile, Cory was still hard at work on the front porch, bringing my vision to life. He started by placing the branches he found in the planters, making sure that they were sweeping inward toward the center of the window. And this is how it was looking so far. Next, it was time to add our fall leaves. Instead of cutting off small sections and having to attach each one, we found the larger branches and used those. Cory attached them to the other branches using zip ties. You can add as much or as little as you want. I wanted to make sure that it looked like the trees had lost some of their leaves already, so we didn't end up using all the cuttings. I think I would like to add some uplighting to these for nighttime viewing or maybe twinkle lights. Leave us a comment which you think would look better, uplighting or twinkle lights sprinkled in the trees. Once we had the branches in place, I started adding in the crows. Now at this point, the heat was starting to really get to me. I don't know if you can all tell, but my face is beet red from the heat. It was like being in an oven on that front porch. I originally had this orange throw rug in my kitchen, but the tassels were just not working in there, so I decided to use it on the porch as a layering rug for this doormat we DIY'd. If you would like to see how we made this Ballard design stoop, I'll leave the DIY video linked below. I love this doormat, and I think it adds the perfect touch to our porch. Now, since we had extra clippings, I decided to use them to create a little moment here near the door with some lanterns and pumpkins. I found these lanterns last year at Walmart on clearance. If they are still available, I will link them below. I thought adding in these sunflowers would add a nice touch of color, but I also think they work well with the crows. I do struggle with their long stems here because they don't bend very easily, but I didn't want to cut them because I still want to be able to use them in a vase if I wanted to. It's all about multiple uses for me. And to hide those stems, I just added more leaves. Last, I added in these pumpkins I bought from Michael's last year. I did give these a little DIY makeover with some paint, and I love how they turned out. And finally, the crowning touch, our new wreath. I love its whimsy and asymmetrical design. Here is a look at our fall front porch. I cannot tell you how much we appreciate all of you being here with us today. We truly value your support here on our channel. Our hope is that you found some inspiration to tackle your outdoor spaces for the autumn season, even if that only means adding in some fall flowers. If you enjoyed today's video and found it helpful, please do give it a like and share it with someone you know. And if you're new here, we would love it if you subscribed and join our YouTube community. When you subscribe, don't forget to click that bell notification so that you won't miss any of our content. Again, thank you all so much for spending your time here with us today. We want to wish you all an amazing week ahead, and we will see you all very soon in the next one. Bye for now.